Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Joe Flacco and his new team, the Denver Broncos, as they match up with Teddy Bridgewater and the New Orleans Saints. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Denver Broncos offense trots onto the field. Joe Flacco, their quarterback. And in Week 5, Broncos got their first victory of the year, defeating the Chargers 20-13 to get to 1-4. And you think about Flacco, all those years as the Ravens starter, 11 years in Baltimore, 106 wins, including the playoffs during his time there. Now he has his first win as a Denver Bronco on the road in L.A. against the Chargers, as I said, in Week 5. And Flacco, the numbers in that game, 14 of 20, 182 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And the numbers on the season, not that great. The total's 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions for the veteran Flacco. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play call.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The red-hot Teddy Bridgewater ready to bring out the New Orleans Saints offense here. And the Saints at 4-1 now on a 3-game win streak ever since Teddy Bridgewater took over for the injured Drew Brees. And you look at Bridgewater's numbers from a week ago in the win over Tampa Bay, 26 of 34, 314 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And this Saints offense continues to be in really good hands with Bridgewater under center. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. From the 17, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Broncos take the field again here to get the football back. 20-13 win over LA in Week 5. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. And that broke a streak of 8 straight losses dating back to a season ago. 12-25 this franchise is in the last 3 years, but at least they got that win to get to 1-4, snap the losing streak, and now they come home for 2 games. They'll face the Titans in Week 6, and then a tough one as the Chiefs come to town in Week 7. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He's got this complete to Hamilton. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Bridgewater on first down. Ginn has it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. On first and 10, Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
To throw, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Bridgewater now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now a play fake here on first down. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Well, now Lindsey lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay.
Well, he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, and Lindsey is going to get in for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsey, 68 yards, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They run it again with Kamara. And he breaks through another tackle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the night, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
And defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Coming to you.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a third. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He gets it on the ground.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Now he's forced out right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And he finds Cook. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And he spins through. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And that's incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Bridgewater to throw. He's got Smith here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This from long, very long range. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This from long, very long range. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The busy night continues for Kamara. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Denver, good night, everybody.